All right. Come on, come all. Welcome. Thanks to another week because I'm Ezra and this is Jonathan.
And I'm Jonathan, and this is Ezra.
And either way you slice it.
You got loud horse enough.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. That's right. We are not experts, therapists, financial advisors, relationship gurus, or parenting coaches. We are, however, enthusiastic amateurs with microphones and too much free time. Anything you hear on the show should absolutely not be used to make life decisions. That includes, but is not limited to, money moves, marriage vows, breakups, makeups, child-rearing strategies, or any situation where logic and responsibility are typically required. We are a comical and satirical show, so if you're taking us seriously, you may already be part of the problem. Now that we've legally covered our behinds, let's get into it.
Woo. What a
Nice.
week we've had this week. Oh, all kinds of shenanigans going on. There's an internal civil war on the right. We currently, as we are Saturday night, June the 7th, they're rioting and protesting in California with the ICE agents, and it
Or as some people call it, a regular Saturday night.
in Los Angeles, baby. You know what that's about.
You know
No.
what that's all about.
I have to say, because I saw footage of what's going on there, California, and it looks a little bit like an insurrection to me. I don't know.
You think so?
See how many people go to jail. Yeah, well, it's a bunch of people rioting around a government building. Doesn't that sound like
But it's the ICE building.
something that might have happened on January, maybe the 6th, maybe January 6th? Remember the
Yeah,
insurrection?
that was one of the darkest days in American history.
I mean, some say the worse than 9/11.
Worse. Depending on where you come down on the issue.
Yeah, what circle you hang out with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But one of the big topics this week, I think, was this big thriller in Manila between Trump and Elon. This could be a parting of the ways. We don't know how this is going to end, but where it stands right now, I mean, Elon earlier in the week accused Trump of being in the Epstein files. That's
Ooh.
why we're not getting them. I did hear though that he walked that one back because
he walked it back.
He walked it back a little bit. I mean,
I got a little hot, and I just was spouting off stuff.
hey, yeah,
You know?
hey,
Who doesn't? Okay.
who doesn't say?
Who doesn't falsely accuse somebody of being a pedophile? Look, it just got a little heated. Okay, my thumbs were on fire. I was hitting the characters,
Yes.
and I went with it. Okay, sue me. I'm Elon. What do you want from me?
What are you gonna take me off Twitter?
Yeah, you're gonna deplatform me?
Oh shit. So yeah, I mean that, and he made those were some pretty strong claims, and you're probably looking at a hefty lawsuit if you can't prove or disprove that Trump's in the Epstein files. So I think that's probably why he probably had to walk that back because
I think, yeah. Well, so how does that work? Can he still get sued even though he walked it back? Like, hey, I'm sorry about that.
So I don't think so. I think once
Okay.
you come back out and go look and do what you just said, I was a little hot.
I was a little heated.
Like you said,
Yeah.
got a little just fired.
My thumbs were just rattling off.
Yeah.
You know.
So my bad.
And I kind of blacked out a little bit, and I don't really know what was happening. I was just hitting buttons, and then
Did I say that?
yeah, somebody was
I
like,
said
"Hey,
you were in the Epstein files. Are you sure?
are you sure it's right here? An hour ago, you posted it. Oh gosh, oh my god, oh man, I am so sorry. Let me erase that.
Yeah. Is my face red?
Yeah, boy, my face red.
You know what, too? There's another little rumor going on that have you seen he's got a bit of a Elon? Somebody punched him in his eye.
Somebody cold cocked him.
Somebody punched him.
I hope it was Trump. I
So
hope Trump sucker punched him because I think that's the only way he could get a shot in.
you autistic bastard, you! I'm gonna punch it right out of you. I've had enough.
And that would be his
God.
right eye. So he got him with the right eye.
I told you we're giving that damn money to the Pentagon. I fucking told you when we started this whole Doge shit.
Elon, you were supposed to just put on a good show and walk off stage. But no,
You just wouldn't quit.
you had to call me a pedophile.
So I punched you in your fucking eye. No, okay. So more rumors, more alleged rumors was that it was Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller.
If you're familiar, I know that guy's band. No,
Yeah, Miller Band.
Steve Miller band. No, he is.
But he goes by Stephen now. He goes by his full name now. Instead of Steve, he goes by his full name, Stephen.
So Stephen, that was so this guy here too. Stephen Miller. He is the White House deputy chief of staff. Yeah, I'll just let me share his picture really quick because
Yeah, let me see.
this guy because
Oh, I've seen that guy.
because apparently, and again, this is allegations from very uncredible sources,
Which are all true. All allegations are true.
yeah. So this guy's wife gets a job at one of Elon's companies. Don't know
All right.
which one. So in a high position too. And after she gets the job at this Elon company, she divorces Stephen Miller
Oh boy.
and maybe possibly got fresh with Elon.
I was just gonna say sarcastically, did he get her pregnant?
So maybe that's on the table. Don't know, but you know, she could have gave a $100 million blowjob or something. And so Stephen Miller was
you
upset
think-
the next time
Do you
he
think
saw
Elon's
Elon.
got game? Do you think he's got game, or is he too robotic?
He has no game.
Like, is it just
He's-
straight like I'm Elon Musk?
He's a billionaire.
That's my
the
game.
That's the game he has. Yeah. That's you don't fucking need game when you got a
Hey
$1 billion.
girl, I'm Elon.
Oh.
I got fresh hair, and they're like, "What?"
I talk really weird.
I talk weird, and I play with rockets. They're like, "Oh, okay,
Okay.
all right." Shouldn't there be
So-
a bus coming to get you pretty soon?
One of the indications that he got punched by Stephen Miller is that it was Elon's right side, which means he got hit by a lefty. And Stephen
Hey, Trump's
Miller,
isn't Trump a lefty?
I don't know. I'd have to look at him sign some shit.
I think
maybe.
no. You know what? I think he's right-handed.
I think he's righty. But they say Stephen Miller's a lefty.
Really? That makes sense.
So pow! Right in the kisser.
He's a southpaw.
Actually hit him in the
Southpaw.
ocular bone.
Oh,
Let me see if I could find that. Hold on, because I know that's got to be on the internet. Let's see.
But he plays guitar right-handed.
So yeah, check it out. Yeah, somebody socked him. Somebody got Elon.
Let me
Musk.
see.
That thing's turning all kinds of colors.
Oh yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, somebody caught him with one.
Oh, there. Yeah.
You know he's going to be the AI king. You know that, right? Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Oh yeah, somebody got him.
Yeah, somebody popped him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get
Papaya, right there, right in the eye.
for stealing my squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get, tough guy.
For taking out of my basket.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah, somebody got him.
So again, man, lots of shit going on this week, and
Or he probably punched himself. If you ask Patel and Bongino, he punched himself.
he punched himself, folks.
Uh-huh. Dan, who do you think hit Elon? He punched himself. Okay, I saw the tape. I saw the evidence. He punched himself.
And take it from me, who works.
Don't believe me.
I've worked with segregated housing, and when you've seen people punch themselves,
You know it when you see it.
you know it when you see it. My God, that bit can go on for a long time
Oh man, it'll
until
never get
those
old.
two assholes figure it out.
I'm gonna harass him even when he leaves. But do you think he'll ever come back in the podcast seat, though? You think Bongino will ever come back? He'll come back. There's enough people that believe that he's a good guy.
Well, so then, yes, that's one side of it. But then the other side, I would think, would be one of your theories that, he got just paid the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't even fathom the amount of money that he got paid to say what he said on Fox. So there's no need
honey,
for him to go back to podcasting.
I thought I told you to get rid of this cash that's underneath this sink in the guest bathroom. Oh, why is it here? I don't know what to do with it all. Well, do something with it. My parents are coming in next week. I don't want them to see this.
Get all this damn money out of here. Oh, shit. So let's see what we got with this.
So Elon Musk is going scorched earth on Donald Trump and the Republicans because turns out they were all lying when they were campaigning to you. It turns out it was a big lie. Doge was a big lie. I think Elon Musk feels used, and because they
doesn't appreciate getting hit in the eye,
and he probably didn't appreciate getting punched in the eye.
Oh,
even Kurt Messenger knows.
He's not holding back, Kurt.
No, he never does.
No.
By whatever deep state guy did that to him. So Trump was supposed to come in and
whatever deep state guy did that to him.
blow up the deep state, and all he's doing is fortifying it. That's exactly what's happening. And in case you don't know that, well, here's Elon Musk to let you know part of it. They never went to the Pentagon. In fact, Donald Trump and the GOP are drastically increasing the Pentagon's budget. The place where there's more waste, fraud, and if there's a ground zero for waste, fraud, and abuse, it's the Pentagon. They never went to the Pentagon. They never did that. They promised to. Elon Musk promised to. He actually said he was going to do that. He said, "Oh, it sounds like a job for Doge," and they never.
Up. You hold on right there, big guy, Rocket Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, you don't need to worry about what's going on at the Pentagon.
Elon, I told you to keep your mouth shut. All right.
We specifically told you to fuck the Americans on their Social Security and Medicaid. We didn't say anything about the war budget or the fucking Pentagon.
Yeah, we're not pulling money out of that pool. Okay.
Just calm your fucking tits.
But you're way over budget.
Yeah.
Don't you worry your pretty little face over that. I tell you what, we're gonna we're gonna give you a little friendly reminder. Pow!
Okay.
All right,
All
man, stop.
Never did it. Now I'm going to guess Elon Musk wasn't allowed to. Maybe. Maybe he didn't
Good way
go.
to punch in your eye trying to go there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he
What
didn't go there because he's also a defense contractor and he gets a
True.
ton of money from them, but from the Pentagon, and he didn't want to piss them off. Who knows? Here he is. He goes, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination." Wow. Shame on those who voted for it. Shame. He's saying shame on Donald Trump. He's saying shame on the Speaker Johnson. He's saying shame on everybody except Thomas Massey.
Well, he's the guy who's right.
That's right. You know you did wrong. You know it. That was June 3rd at 10:31 a.m. And when Elon Musk goes scorched earth, he's one of the few guys that can actually scorch the earth. I mean, I'm just saying, watch when he's going to land a starship on your bedroom while you're sleeping.
Well, Jimmy, hold on, because
Yeah.
if he really wanted to get ugly and do whatever, I don't know, they'll just blow his head off.
Yeah.
You won't be landing any fucking rockets today, smart guy. If they really, push came to shove.
Yeah, because again, kind of like what we were touching on about like how he does his time. He's not the guy that actually gets these rockets to land or launch or fill them with fuel and coordinates all that. He has no idea. All these things are just coming to him by engineers that are probably smarter than he is,
Yes.
when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yep.
He was just like, he was the guy that was like, I want a rocket shell that can land itself. And they're like, yeah, we could probably do that.
Yeah, we'll figure
Okay.
it out, boss.
Yeah, we got guidance systems and all that stuff. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And don't worry, I'll make sure you, when you get home, you have a new boat,
Yeah.
80-foot boat.
Or
Yeah, you
something.
got it, boss.
Yeah.
I like that everybody thought, every dumbass Democrat I know thought that Elon was secretly in charge.
Yeah, they didn't
Because
make.
yeah.
They didn't make.
Ain't that a backfire?
Yeah. You and I were saying that from the beginning. That
Yeah.
I mean, he's not doing anything. I mean, all the money still got allocated to where it was going.
Correct. He was just finding it, pointing it out.
Yeah, and taking all the punches.
Yeah, dude, his businesses, right?
Yeah.
His stock fucking tanked.
Oh no, you got Tim Waltz out there being like, anytime I need a boost, I look at Tesla stock. It's like, shut up.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Fucking tampon Tim. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
That guy who's like contributes nothing.
Doesn't
Why do you
shit.
need a boost?
Yeah, right. You're already part of the oligarch. What fucking
Yeah.
more boost do you need? Oh, maybe it's because Epstein Island's been shut down for a
Shut
few
down.
years.
He gets a little honorary.
So he gets a little, I need a pick me up. I remember I used to get on that Lolita Express and just fly over there for the little boys.
And then fly right back.
Yep. And Diddy's in prison too. Boy, the game's really changing. Now I gotta fucking hang out with Lindsay.
And you know what really pisses me off? I know they moved it. They just didn't tell me.
They didn't tell me where they moved it.
They didn't tell me.
I'm asking Lindsey Graham. He won't fucking tell
He
me.
won't call me back.
Those are my little boys.
That's so gross.
Make any of those cuts that Doge said. But Bill Clinton and Al Gore, they bragged that they cut 240,000 jobs from the federal government when they were president. That was their big. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
And the era of big government is over, and they bragged that they cut 240,000 jobs from the federal government. And so Elon Musk comes in, identifies all this waste, fraud, and abuse, and the Republicans in Congress won't even take a vote on cutting it. They're not cutting it. So they're just
it's not waste at all, but they're stealing it on purpose, and there's not a mistake.
That's right. It's not waste. It's they're
incompetent.
Hold on,
They
time out.
have very definite ideas of what they.
Pause that shit.
I'm throwing the timeout flag. They're not stealing it. They're just funneling it to where.
Shifting.
Yeah, they're just funneling it to where, you know, like wherever, like the corporations or these people, like they're like, I need this money to go here and do
Right.
this. Okay, you got it, boss.
Yeah.
You know, because stealing it implies like, you know, like a group of dark politicians are getting together and be like, hey, you know what? If we manipulate this just right, we can just funnel, you know, $120 million right into our pockets. That's not what's happening. They're just funneling it to where, I don't know, pick your poison. Monsanto, where do they need the money to go? You know,
Right.
big corporations and stuff like that. Like, you know, where does George Soros need money so he can make money on the stock and Vanguard, BlackRock, all these people? Like, where are they saying put the money to this?
Yeah. Again, all the usual suspects, all the names you just mentioned,
Yeah,
plus the military cats, Raytheon, Halliburton, you know, Lockheed Martin,
right. You know,
Winthorpe, Gundam.
through contracts, you know, they're doing, you know, jobs for, you know, for nothing. But I mean, they're saying they're working for it, but they're not.
And the problem is, you know, those elites, they already think that fucking money's theirs. It's not ours.
So, right.
It's their fucking money.
The mentality is like, we're just funneling through what's ours. It's not yours. It's ours.
Right. Right. All that fraud and waste you saw and USAID and all this. This is how we leak our payouts to the lawmakers. Now that they cut that out, just give me my fucking money back.
Yeah, they're like, just give it, you know, just don't make it difficult. Why are you being a dick?
Yeah. Why did you tell those motherfuckers you were going to give them each $5,000 of my fucking money?
What are you doing? That's my money.
Fucking. Now you're going to look like an asshole when they don't get it.
And then
I
they're
don't
like, see, this is
care.
why I know they're going to be like, this is why everybody hates you, Donald. And why don't you just keep your mouth shut, man?
Because you're a liar. Yeah, wow. Yep.
They do with it. You just don't get to know.
Right. It's corruption on purpose. And so then Donald Trump just takes that money that was being dispersed through USAID and he gives it to Marco Rubio in the State Department to give out. So that's what's happening. Or they give it to the Pentagon. So here's another tweet by Elon Musk. He said he retweets him saying, I'm sorry, I just can't stand anymore. This is a disgusting abomination. And he says it will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to 2.5 trillion and burden American citizens with crushing unsustainable debt.
That's a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking money. When we were passing those stimulus bills during COVID, that was about the price tag of $3 trillion
Yeah.
to do all the politicians' pet projects and give us all like $1,200.
I know.
Woo! And now we're getting zero, but they'll still fucking raise the deficit by 2.5
Yeah.
trillion.
So basically, what this is we're paying back the principal and the interest on that money. You know, I mean, it's just it's insane, man.
For money we never saw.
Yeah, right. For
I mean,
money that never really benefited anybody in like actual society.
For the last fucking 6 months, we've been paying $9 for a dozen eggs.
Yeah, it hasn't gone down.
And so we haven't seen any fucking relief. It's been, I think it's minuscule dropped. I was at the grocery store yesterday and I peeked at the eggs, and instead of $9, they were like $7.
Yeah, it's like $7.69 at Publix.
So I'm like, okay. And the prices, they're going down. Like, yeah, not enough, asshole. Not enough.
They need to
Not enough for me to buy 2 dozen.
I know, right? Just got to buy a dozen at a time.
Yeah, no, they got fucking 6 little carton
Oh,
with
really?
6
A
in it.
6-pack?
All right, kids, we each get 1 egg
You
around
get
this
one
house.
egg each.
So fill up on bread.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to how this affects regular people is that it will eventually create hyperinflation and crazy interest rates, and nobody will be able to afford a house. Your kids won't be able. Finally, they figured out a way. So,
all this shit, if you start connecting the dots for what they're doing,
Don't do that.
don't connect dots.
Yeah.
We don't do that here. No, but God, here we go with the fucking black pills again. But this is where we're at. We're on the train ride. We're all together. Let's speak freely, okay? The game's over, so we're already on the train. But all these things are going into motion where they're crushing our dollar. Americans are like, we can't buy shit. We can't afford fucking shit. Prices aren't going down.
Yeah.
Despite, just like when Biden was president, they're always going on the TV telling us how awesome everything is. And
Yeah.
It's like, what fucking reality do you guys live in? Trump's kind of doing the same shit. This is, we're roaring back and everything's up and the stock market went up. Like, I don't, 80% of of our population that doesn't give a fuck
about the
stock market's doing. You know what we care about? Going to the gas pump, going to the grocery
gas and food.
store.
Gas and food.
Yeah, that's what we fucking care about. But so none of that shit's really getting fixed. So what's going to end up happening is, again, our dollar's getting tanked. We can't afford anything, and people are going to start. We're going to start reaching like tribulation times, where we're going to be wailing for some relief. Oh God, like we're starving. We can't afford shit, and then it's going to be a little pandemonium out in the street a little bit, and then somebody, whether it be Trump usher it in, or if this is going to go his full term, and then the next schmuck puppet who gets in is going to be the one to wheel out one world currency. Here we go.
Yeah.
You ready for that?
And I think I think the next president is going to be Trump or Vance. Or not Trump or Vance. I think it's going to be Rubio or Vance.
Oh, okay. The nominee. It's going to be one of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Rubio's playing ball.
Oh, big time.
He doesn't forget being called small hands. Whatever. Fucking Trump.
Yeah.
Gave him
a
name.
Tiny hands.
But yeah. And then it'll be one of them, or again, whoever the Democrats roll out. But on Twitter, they're talking dumb shit right now.
Well, essentially, if you really think about it too, think about it in a way of like, look at what they did to the black community. Okay, so if you look at what just single out the black community before the civil rights.
Sorry, you told me to think about the black community.
But before civil rights and all that stuff, they were fine. On a whole, they were fine. They had their own banks. They were fine in their cities and all that stuff.
They were doing awesome.
They were doing really good.
Yeah.
And then the government convinced them that they would be, that they needed this civil rights movement and let the government take care of you, which is essentially what's been being sold to the American people in a whole right now.
Correct.
And the result is you don't do anything, we will do it for you. But when we do it for you, we give you the absolute bare minimum. And if you guys turn animalistic and start killing each other in alarming rates, okay. So what?
It's a win-win for us.
Right. Yeah. It's just less people we have to deal with.
Because you're going to thin each other out.
Right. The more out of control, disobedient ones, you'll kill each other.
And then when the timing's right, we'll step in
Mm-hmm.
and lock you all down.
Lock you all down. Yep. We'll put you in the 10-minute cities or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's essentially right. So that's essentially like what they did. Right. They almost like trial ran it
on the black community
first.
Yeah.
And then when they saw how good it worked, they're like, okay,
Yeah.
now we implement it across the board.
And they did
And
it by introducing
worked.
drugs. I mean, realistically, if you want to go full in on this too, I mean, they did it by introducing horrible freaking drugs,
alcohol and drugs in their
alcohol and
community.
drugs. Yeah. And I mean, and they just let it go. They just let it do its thing, you know, which is terrible. It's horrible.
They did the same thing with the natives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here you're going to live in these little plots.
They rounded them up and just put them, in reservations.
And they gave them stipends, right? They don't even have to work.
No.
Just here's free money.
No.
And then what are they doing? A lot of them suffer from drug and alcohol abuse.
Even now.
Yeah. Still present day.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
But again, like we were saying, that's the government. That's not the American people in a whole.
Well, no, because
as a whole,
we don't get to make those
leadership,
decisions.
right? We don't make those decisions.
We're not privy to knowing what the decisions are. As a matter of fact, I'll do one better. We are also victims of the decisions they decide to make. Like if they want to do whatever, it's not like, oh, it's only the black community gets affected,
right?
Or it's only minorities. No, at this point,
everyone.
They're not even thinking of color. They got us thinking of color, which is fucking stupid.
Right, because again,
they don't think of it. We do.
Right. One large crowd is hard to handle, but if you cut that crowd into 16 pieces or 32 pieces,
that's it,
then
brother.
It's a lot easier to handle.
Yeah, start dividing them up. Because God forbid if the whites and blacks actually
unite,
put their guard down for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
To work together.
Hey, maybe that's what the yin yang sign is.
I mean, it is one of its symbologies.
You know,
it's, I would say, more the black and white cookie.
There you go.
It's a damn good cookie.
It's a hell of a cookie.
So Wall Street.
Whoa!
Yeah, look at those numbers, baby.
That number.
You know what? I got to put my glasses on because I got to make sure I'm seeing that right. Hot diggity dog.
That's again. I know.
Look at the spending deficit. Look at the spending deficit.
What? At what point?
How?
Again, what point does a creditor go, hey, you know what?
That's enough, man.
I look at. I know you want that Iron Dome really bad. I get it. I want an Iron Dome too. But with your fucking payment history, you're not putting shit on principle.
Or
you're not putting shit on principle.
Or here's the other thing. What if it's the bank is paying for the military might? So they're just
because it's like,
all right, we'll keep lending you the money, but if anybody looks at it sideways, you're going in and you're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this is what happened in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they went in. Cypher Diaz, whoever the fuck knows who that character is. If anybody wants to put it in the description down below in the comments, who the fuck Cypher Diaz was. He goes to the cloning planet with the cloners and gets a whole clone army done. And he says it's for the Republic. Now, so this goes in line with what you're saying. What if the bank is okaying all the spending as long as it goes to military? Why? Yeah. Because when the time is right and they want to call in Order 66, that's their fucking army. They paid for it.
It's bought lock, stock, and barrel. It's already paid for.
So it's their army. If they want to be like, yeah, don't worry. We got Chinese will come over here and fly these helicopters
Yeah.
and drive these tanks. We don't need
Yeah.
American soldiers. Piss off.
Yep.
That's essentially so. Wow. George Lucas, you son of a bitch.
He's a genius. I told you, he's not George Lucas. That's Enoch, man. He looks like an Enoch.
You know, you make a good case. You make a good case for that because he's seen the play before.
Yes.
He knows about a galactic government
Yep.
with all the solar systems in it.
Yep. He's
Wow.
seen it all from us all the way to God. He's seen it
We're
all.
gonna have to touch on that on another episode.
That's another discussion for another time.
Yep.
Wall Street Mab tweets out, our annual U.S. budget deficit is going to be over $2 trillion per year going forward. We pay over $100 billion per month just in interest on the national debt. That's $1.2 trillion a year just in interest. That is about 25% of all government revenue going to pay interest. And Elon Musk tweets that out, and he says interest payments already consume 25% of all government revenue. If the massive deficit spending continues, which it will, believe me, the deficit spending will continue until morale improves.
That's right.
That is a
Good line, Jimmy.
That's a good one.
Good line. You don't need to explain it. Don't do it.
Oh man.
twist out the old phrase. The beatings will continue until
That's all
morale
right.
improves.
That's all right.
Improves.
He did it.
He's got a young audience. Maybe they don't know.
The beatings will continue until morale
Improves.
Golly.
That's what this is. If the massive deficit spending continues, there will only be money for interest payments and nothing else. No Social Security, no medical, no defense, no nothing.
If only we printed the money and could somehow not have to go through it that way.
If
But
only.
nobody knows why we do that.
Nobody can answer why we borrow money when we print it as ourselves. No one can answer that.
Wait, but you know, Jimmy, don't play dumb. He's doing the dumb thing. He's playing dumb.
He is, yeah.
The Federal Reserve, who helped us when we filed bankruptcy in 1913. That's how they print it. We don't print it. It's not like the American government prints it.
Again,
yeah, they probably do the work, but
I mean, do you really think that the Treasury Secretary is like telling the Treasury Department print more money? It's the other way around. They're like, hey, we're printing more money so we can balance this out. All right. Well, I don't think that's a good idea. Well, I don't really give a shit what you think.
Warm up those fucking machines.
Get those microphones on and do your hair and go out in front of and go out there and do what I tell you to do. And shut your yapper.
Shut your fucking mouth. Print that fucking money like I told you.
Get those machines on.
The head of Joe Biden's economic council couldn't answer it, couldn't even really understand how our money system works. And he was the head of.
He understood the question.
And he couldn't even understand the question.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk retweets this guy out. So he's talking about Geiger Capital talks about, just to try to give you a perspective of how much money $1 billion and $1 trillion is.
Oh, this is true.
So he says 1 million seconds ago was May 23rd. Not that long ago, right? 1 million seconds. Well, how long was 1 billion seconds ago? 1 billion seconds ago was 1993. Wow. It's kind of like that joke I say when what's the difference between $1 million and $1 billion? About $1 billion. And so what's the difference between 1 billion and 1 trillion? Well, 1 trillion seconds ago was 30,000 BC.
That's just a few years ago.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Come on.
Woolly Mammoth was still around.
Moses was crossing the sea.
Was parting waters.
Yeah, around that. Come on.
Arguing with God in the desert.
That's not too long ago.
Come on, man. Let me in. No.
No. Come on.
I told him the thing you told me. No,
Oh,
there's no conversating. Just no.
yeah. I mean, that's how I mean, come on, a conversation with God. That's
Mhm.
probably that's how that goes.
Mhm.
Hey, come on, man. I thought maybe we could. No.
Look, I'm not the one that
Damn it.
decided not to go. I had my sword in my hand. I was ready. I was going.
Yeah. I
I
told him, let's
I
go.
told him, let's go. We got to go do this thing that God said. No.
Look, I said that you said. It's not like I told him that I came
I
up with
told
the
him
idea.
that this came directly from you. From the big man.
Yes, top brass. Unbelievable. But that is a nice exercise what Geiger Capital does
Freaking crazy, man.
to let us give us
30,000 BC.
because you know, when I hear this in my head, I'm thinking, you know, oh, $1 billion, oh, $1 trillion. I'm like,
Yeah. It just sounds like a number. It's
Right.
not really. Yeah.
$1 trillion bucks. Come on, as a country, we make that in a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to see that doing it in seconds and how long ago that 30,000 BC. Okay, that was a long
Yeah.
fucking time ago.
Did he say that 1 billion seconds was 1993?
Yes. Yeah.
Over 30 years ago.
Yeah. I was like 12 or 13 years old there.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow.
And then back to the money, the US national debt is now rising by 1 trillion every 180 days. So wow. That 30,000 BC thing, yeah, every 180 days.
Yeah. Every
Holy
100.
shit.
Yeah.
And we're fucked. See, again, we're so fucked because we're never paying that shit off.
No.
And again, the owners of this country, the real owners, how long until they're like, yeah, we're fucking done. We're done. We're done. That's probably why when, well, I don't know, this one gets tricky, but the open board, yeah, it's open borders. You have no fucking
Right.
borders. You do what we say, and we say let in 20 million illegals. Let them in. Because that's worked out so well in Europe. We've seen how that works out. It's not good. It's a shit show over there in England and Italy and Germany and you name it. We can go down the list of the European countries that it's not working out well. So they're like, yeah, your turn, America, your turn. Because we said so. Like, oh, all righty. Yep. And so then I don't really know what dog and pony show this is that Trump and Tom
But then-
Homan is getting
yeah.
everybody out of here.
Yeah, like what's the purpose of even doing anything? I mean, what's the purpose, right? I mean, honestly, it's gone so if you think about this, like how it's presented to the American people, where the government is a entity that exists to serve the people, right? That's what it's supposed to do. Okay, well, it's serving people and they're losing your money faster than you can pay taxes. I mean, at some point, like if you had somebody working directly for you and you were like, oh, look, I'm going to give you 10% of my salary, but you need to manage my house. You need to make sure the grass is cut. You need to make sure that the place stays clean and, everything, the clocks run on time. But then you come home one day and there's a Panzer tank sitting in your front yard.
Right.
And he's like, well, I figured I would get this for home defense instead of an alarm system. And I mean, it only costs $5 million. I know it was a lot more than the alarm system at, 150 plus a $10 a month subscription. But hey, I mean, it's a Panzer tank.
But see, you didn't even run it by me
Yeah.
if I wanted the tank or not. Yeah. So I didn't. And
I know, and I know
but that's how
parking
bad
it-
you needed a tank. I didn't need.
I know
to
parking it in
ask
the
you.
front yard ruined the sprinkler system, so we got to redo that. And we got one coming next week for the backyard, and
There's
we're
more
probably gonna-
coming.
We're gonna have to
Okay.
do the sprinkler system back there again, and I think we're probably gonna have to like knock down one side of the house so we can get it back there.
Okay, so
But
this
we'll
is this
rebuild it.
project is sounding really expensive.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't-
okay. Don't worry about it. You
I
got
don't have the money for this.
Yeah.
I don't make enough.
You will over time, over 50
okay.
years. You'll
Alright.
have the money. But by
So then
then,
you'll-
in 50 years, we'll have spent another astronomical amount of money, so we'll never really catch up. And at that point, wouldn't you be like, "Hey, you're fired"? Like, I
Well,
don't
would
want
you
you.
Would you
you
keep
know.
borrowing me the money though?
Yeah,
You will? Okay.
of course.
All right. And that's like what the mafia does. But at what
Yeah.
point though? The number. So okay, so that's how the mafia milks people. That's how they run their Shylock businesses. They want you to go to the executive card game and
Right.
lose your ass.
And lose.
And then come to them and go, hey, let me get 10 more dimes. I'm feeling
Listen,
my luck's
I'm-
changing.
I'm
Okay.
down 20. I know I'm down 20. And I know
right.
technically you should take my fingers off of my left hand. Okay. I get it. But if you give me 10, spot me 10 more.
I'll spot you 10 dimes, but it's going to be 2 points every week.
Every week.
Okay. Okay. And then that's it. I got your ass. I got you. That's
Yeah.
it. Because you're going to be paying me that VIG every fucking week. And you'll never put on principal,
No.
but
No.
you're going to keep giving me that VIG because you know what happens when you don't. So
You
you'll
start
pay the
missing toes and fingers.
That's right, kneecaps and shit.
You get shorter because your kneecaps get blown out. And then when they attach your legs,
I'm going to have to break
shorter
both your legs in advance.
in advance.
But yeah, so again, the Federal Reserve being the mobster, giving the country more and more money. We're at that big number was $36 trillion. Even the mafia was like, when that got way out of hand, they were just like, look, the guy's got to go.
Yeah.
Final notice on this one.
Right.
Final notice.
Like at that point, the mob itself is like, look, we don't even care about the money. We just can't keep pouring resources into that hole
yeah,
because
he's
it's
gotta
not
go.
ever going to return.
He's got to
Seal it up.
That's it. So then but with them, 36 trillion. When this should tell you how much money the Federal Reserve actually has. That they could just play this fucking game with $36 trillion. Don't worry about it. Because what do they call it? Yeah, we're busting the place out.
Yeah.
So just keep giving them money because we're busting the joint out.
Yeah.
All the steaks and wine are coming through the front door, and we're moving them out the back.
You know what? I think Jimmy Dore makes that reference in this video.
Really?
I think so. I think he makes that exact reference with the
Stop
in the
it.
movie.
Nice.
What's the movie?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. I think he makes that reference.
So that gives you the idea what a difference between a million, a billion, and a trillion is. So we're now, the U.S. national debt is now growing by $1 trillion every 6 months.
Ooh.
Every 6 months, it grows by $1 trillion, which if those were seconds, it would be 30,000 BC. Just to let you know. So he retweets that and he says, the immense level of overspending will drive America into debt slavery. Do you want to say so? You want here? Can I show you?
Well, we're already there.
This is the old.
We're never getting out of this.
You beat me to it. Since 1913, we've been in it.
Yeah, we've been in it. It's
This
not
isn't
like
new.
we're driving to it. We're there. We've already been in it.
We were born in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were born into slavery. That's what it is. Because that's what it is. When you watch Endgame, that's kind of like what it is. And then you start really going down the rabbit hole. But anyways, that's what our social security numbers were. We had no social security numbers up until 1913.
Right.
There was a whole checks and balances that the Federal Reserve put in place to keep track of us with social security numbers. And if you look on the back of your social security card, there's going to be a stamped red number. That's your fucking cattle number. That's specifically for you. And we are collateral. But it's funny because you're like, collateral to what? To who? Unless, of course, 9/11. Just hear me out.
Uh-oh. Where's
Those
my
three-
tinfoil hat?
That's it. Oh, you know, we need to make some up.
We
for the
need to
show.
make some.
Like whenever it's time, we put them on really quick and then do the
I'm going to
bit.
make a tinfoil cowboy hat.
Okay, nice. That's fancy. I'm
Yeah.
going to do the typical one that goes like to a
Yeah, like a
point
funnel.
and an antenna. Yeah. But no, so the 9/11, the 3,000 lives that were perished that day was paying Paying
a
a
debt
debt.
payment. A debt payment.
yeah. Which is
Whoa. Ooh, I never heard it said like that before.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Same thing with like wars too, because you send soldiers over, tons of them die. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Well, God,
But then you
man.
go to who? To what? What's
Yeah, to who to what? Yeah, I mean, think about how many. We were just talking about this. You know, I think the number is 27 million Russians died in World War II.
Oh shit.
27
Okay.
million.
Yeah, that's a big number. It's a very big number of human lives.
Play that video. I'm going to look that up again because I don't want to. I don't want to overstate.
The head of the Fed. What's his name? Anyway,
Jerome Powell.
this is Powell. Watch what he says.
The U.S. is on an unsustainable fiscal path. The U.S. federal government's on an unsustainable fiscal path. And that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy.
I have the sense this worries you very much.
Over the long run, of course it does. You know, we're borrowing from future generations. It's time for us to get back to putting a priority on.
Yeah, but we've been doing that.
He
Asshole.
doesn't care. I mean, that's the thing. He's another guy that goes out there and goes, "Oh, this is bad. This is bad." Well, then why don't you stop doing it? Well, it's not that easy. It's not.
Well,
Settle
hey.
down. All right.
I don't make those calls.
Yeah.
Okay. There are gentlemen who point infrared dots at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Those guys' boss are the ones who actually.
What if he goes, "Look at my teeth. Do you see they're pointed? They're not. Okay. That's not my department."
But yeah, this guy's acting like he's breaking new ground here.
Yeah.
We don't wait.
Come
What?
No.
We're in debt slavery and it's getting worse. And we need to stop this. We need to be more responsible with our spending. Stop.
Yeah, you know what? That's the crazy part is they keep pushing that message of you need to be more responsible. Bitch, you need to be more responsible.
Yeah, again, we don't fucking make those decisions.
Yeah.
You assholes on Capitol Hill that apparently we elect to go up there
Yeah,
and
really,
represent us.
that we-
You motherfuckers are the ones that need to be more responsible. They always put it back on us. That was like last week's show with the same shit
With Patel.
that
Yeah.
Patel that he and Bongino.
Then Bongino.
The Bongino. No, but no, yeah. Look at folks. We looked at the files, okay, and from what we see, he killed himself.
Yeah.
Now, if any of you guys have anything you want to share, let me know. Oh, so we got to fucking crack the case? It's on us.
Well, not only
Because-
that, but like also Cash Patel was on Joe Rogan and repeated the same thing. Well, if anybody out there has got any information that I don't know, you got to bring it to my attention. It's like, are you insane? Can you
Yeah.
imagine being somebody who knows something and you're going to go to them and be like, "Hey, I got the smoking gun, man. I got the the evidence that shows that he didn't kill himself." Oh man, that's great. Can you come in? Can you come in a little bit later today?
Yeah.
You know, where are you? Where are you at? We'll come get you.
Yeah. Hey, hi. Is this the FBI? Yeah. Is Cash Patel in? Okay. She's transferring me. Hold on. Oh, hey, Cash. Hey, this is Ezra.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Ezra?
Hey, how's it going? So I saw you on Joe Rogan the other day, and you said to give you
Yeah.
a call if I had any pointers or any tips I can help you with.
Yeah. Do you got anything?
I do. I've got a whole bunch of information on the Epstein case. And just so you know, I hang drywall for a living. And so
Great.
I'm not an FBI agent. So I'm glad I could really help you crack this case.
I tell you what,
Mr.
you just send us over your location and we'll come to you directly to come get said information.
Okay, great. Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. Since you've been on this phone call, we pinged you. We know
We
where you
already
are.
know where
We're
you're
on our
at.
way.
But yeah, like how the fuck are they going to ask some regular American? Well, if any Americans know anything,
That is such a
because
bullshit
who are
move.
we? Just the FBI?
It's just the FBI. Look, we have limited resources. You know,
Like they're going to get a call
Folks.
from a car salesman.
yeah.
Hey,
Folks,
we're going to close this case.
We just got LED lights in our offices. Okay, we don't have the best stuff. All right, so if you want us to crack this case, I mean, come on.
I mean,
We
we're
don't
still
even have a
running on
Keurig.
Commodore computers up here.
Yeah, we don't even have a Keurig.
We don't even have
We have to use the big brewer coffee machine, like we're a Waffle House.
I mean, Dan Bongino literally has to put a kettle on.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I've seen the hot water, folks.
Yeah. If anybody's seen hot water, it's me. Nobody's seen more hot water than me. Cash
I've
Patel.
prosecuted cases and I've worked in the justice system and I know what hot water is. Okay.
Hot water and segregated housing. Okay.
It never gets
Fiscal
old with those two.
Yeah.
Sustainability, and sooner is better than later.
And the thing that's the big boner here is that Trump decided to, and the GOP decided to go ahead and cut health care, cut medical benefits, Medicaid to working people and poor people, and cut food stamps, by hundreds of billions of dollars, not touching the Pentagon, the thing that everybody wants cut. And they're still not reducing the deficit. They're still exploding the deficit by an extra $2 trillion. And it's probably an extra $5 trillion, probably more than that. So they're not. So they went and screwed you. So they gave you all the pain and you get none of the benefits.
Yeah, well, Jimmy, Bernie Madoff couldn't ever stop his scam. He literally, if he wanted to put a stop to it, he never could.
Right.
So they're going to have the whole, hey, this is going to drive America to death slavery. That must be our ultimate goal because Jerome Powell, the guy from the Fed, was telling them this. So what is it? They don't know. It's just for me to worry about, not the people,
right?
People there. They want it to happen. There's no other explanation because this is a thing I've heard about my whole life.
So he also tweets this out.
Look at that, man.
Look at that.
Wow.
So yeah, Elon, mammoth spending bills are bankrupting America. Enough. Not Jerome Powell says this is not Apple, Tesla, or even Nvidia. It's the U.S. national debt. Boy, that shit just
Look at that.
You would wish that's your fucking stock portfolio doing that.
Golly, look at that number, man.
And again, when you see something that fucking egregious, how is it not on purpose? How is it not that's not done on accident? That's not done on accident.
Well, yeah, I mean, depending on who the person is that you're asking, I mean, I'm sure they will blame COVID.
Oh God, sure. That's always the COVID. Trump,
Biden.
Let's throw him in there too, because he don't know what the fuck.
Here's the thought too. Because when Biden got elected, I thought, well, I mean, they wanted him in there because the guy doesn't really know what's going on, and they can literally do, and they did whatever
And
they
they did.
wanted to. They passed whatever they wanted to. But with Trump being in there, same thing. They had their conversations with him, and they were like, "Look, this is what we want to do." And he may have went back and said no, and they're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna
We'll blow
send
your
you
ear
a
off.
little, yeah, we're gonna send you a little buzzer right by your ear." And he was probably like,
And then
"All right,
we'll have another meeting after that.
all right, you made a good point.
Hey, hey,
You pierced my ear. That was real cute."
fucking 1 more inch and my back of my head would have been blown off.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. Ooh.
Not Jerome Powell tweeted out, "This is not Apple or Tesla or even Nvidia. This is the U.S. national debt." And look how it just goes. And
Man, look at
we're up to 36 trillion, on our way to 37
Jesus.
trillion. And look how it just ballooned since 2000. Just bam.
And
Well, look,
Pentagon
that's-
can't pass an audit.
And the Pentagon will not pass it off. So basically,
yeah.
people are going to be setting their own Teslas on fire just to stay warm this winter.
Yeah. See how the timeline coincides with Catherine Austin Fitch explaining how we had trillions of dollars stolen
Yes.
since this roughly, she said 97, but it's roughly, you look at the spikes.
So here's another tweet from Elon Musk. The rabbit hole said it took over 200 years for the United States debt to reach 12 trillion.
Wow.
12 trillion is now how much we added in 4 years between 2020 and 2024. So we are adding as much debt in 4 years as it took us to add in 200 years. And Elon retweets that and says America is in the fast lane to debt slavery. And again, here's one of these nice charts.
We're
So
already
there's
there.
with the start of the
Yeah, again. Yeah, I mean, we're
We're
already
already there.
there. We're just at this point. I'm not going to say we're not doing shit. We're going to work every day and paying our fucking taxes. We're trying
Right.
to keep control of our fucking budgets in our own individual households. These fucking ass fucks are just blowing shit. They're blowing the money on whatever the fuck they want. Half the shit we're not even allowed to know
Yeah.
what they're spending it on. And it's just it's so but the debt slavery is it's always been there. Again, since 1913.
1913.
That's it. Oh my god. I get so fucking pissed off because it's frustrating because again, us plebs, we don't have a fucking say so on how they spend the money. They write these bills so that they can all agree on what the money's being spent on, not ever once going, "Hey, America, what do you think about us spending money on Sesame Street in Iraq?" Like we'd go, "Nay." All right, how about, wait, hold on. How about transgender surgeries for prison inmates? Nay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they don't fucking ask. They're just like, yeah, we're going to write up a bill and we're going to fight amongst ourselves for our own little pet projects and our own little kickbacks that we get. And you fuckheads can just sit at home and find out about it after.
Keep going to work. Keep paying taxes.
Well, we need those tax dollars so that we could keep paying the interest on the
you
debt.
know, here's the other thing that's kind of interesting too. Like this throws another log on this great big bonfire already. Is what's going to happen, because I keep hearing that AI is going to be able to take a lot of white collar jobs, which are high paying jobs, which pay high taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So what's
Yeah.
going to happen? I mean, are you taxing AI now? Are you going to tax AI?
It's a,
Are you going to pay to AI?
because the AI is going to go nay
Nay.
or 01100110001.
Yeah.
Because no, you're right. That's funny. I saw that the other day too. That guy came out and said AI is going to decimate a lot
Yeah,
of
like
white collar jobs, and that's coming because AI is moving fucking fast.
Very fast.
And again, these big corporations, if they can fuck the working man, that's what they're going to do.
Oh yeah.
So, hey, 50,000 workers. We don't need you anymore because AI is going to do your job. So, nah, no golden parachutes. Just go fuck yourself and have fun out there. Figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hear McDonald's is always hiring. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it serves another purpose where it reduces the population. They've always talked about doing that, reducing the population.
so that guy, right, who said that about the AI taking white collar jobs, actually, he brushed up on that a little bit, didn't he? Saying like there's going to be fucking tribulations out in the street,
Yeah.
like because
Oh,
people
yeah.
are going to be desperate and
Yeah, because they're going to be absolutely desperate for food, just for the basic things.
right.
Kamala Harris let it slip out one time.
Oh,
Yeah. Remember when she was talking about the smart bus? Oh, we got the smart bus and you can charge your phone, you can do all this. And she's like, we can mass produce these things. And she's like, and think of how great it'll be. You reduce population and you get more EVs. And it was like, what was that again? What was that about the reduced population? What is that? What do you mean? But she was in an environmental friendly area to say that. And they were like, oh, all right, well, reduce population.
well, that's just true. We do need to lower the population a little bit.
There's a lot of, what did Hillary Clinton call us? Unmentionables or
Deplorables.
deplorables. There are a lot of deplorables out there.
Who can
So if
really
they went away,
use
it
to
wouldn't be a
go.
terrible thing.
Mhm. She called white voters of Trump deplorables. She called blacks. She just said they need to be brought to heel.
What?
Hey, you don't remember that? Yeah. Super predators. That's what she called them.
Super predators.
Super predators.
No, I thought that was
needed
Joe.
brought to heel.
That's not Joe Biden?
That was Hillary.
Wow.
Hold on. We're going to do this thing.
Let's do it.
We're going to do this damn thing. Bet you it's been memory hold.
It's not out there anymore. You can't grab it.
Woo!
Did you find it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
It's a young Hillary.
I was going to say, look at her.
Of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel. And the president has asked the FBI to launch a very concerted effort against gangs everywhere. In addition to that, he has appointed a new drug czar. You probably saw him Tuesday night. He's one of the most distinguished active military generals that we have.
Well, but that was it. There we go.
Wow. She must have been into horses back then.
Fuck. No, they all talked really based back in the day. Talking about borders. Oh, we need borders. Oh, we're going to deport a whole bunch of illegals. They were all about it up until about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, good. Humans don't know borders. We don't need borders. What's the other one? What's one of the fancy sayings that they say? They have fancy talking points. Oh, no human is illegal.
Yeah. No human is illegal.
Yeah, except for those that don't do
Undocumented.
Oh, they changed it from illegal to undocumented.
Mhm.
A lot of word salad going on. A lot of mental gymnastics we got to perform through today's society.
Still a turd, though. A turd is a turd.
Yeah, no matter how much you polish it.
Hmm.
The United States, and then boom. So that's what we're living through right now.
Yeah. Well,
And
you know what they're doing.
because your government is completely captured by corporations and billionaires, and you don't live in a democracy. This is not what a democracy looks like. This is what oligarchs who are pillaging the treasury. They're hollowing out the country. That's what they do. That's what mafias do. We live in a mafia state, just like in Goodfellas. When they took over that restaurant, they'd put the booze and the food in the front door. They'd take it out the back door, resell it, put that money in their pocket. And then when the restaurant went belly up, they just burned it down for the insurance. And that's exactly.
We bust the joint out.
The busted joint out.
And when you
You
can't
light it
borrow
up. You
another
light a
dollar
match.
from the bank, that's it. We bust the joint out. You light a match.
And you light a match.
Fucking shit. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, what's the number? What's the number? We're at 36 trillion. What's their number where they say, okay, let's bust this joint out? Bust it.
Oh, man.
I think.
What do
they're
you
probably
think?
already-
Well, here's a better question. What do you think the factors are that make that number? Like, does it depend on other countries? Does it depend on production of oil or?
They've got enough of that. They've got enough.
Yeah, but
oil.
it sells though. That's the thing. Like,
Not if everybody's dead.
why? Here's another thing. Why isn't there a lot of chatter about like them reopening the oil lines here in the country? But he did
Yeah,
go to
whatever.
Saudi Arabia and
I know
talk to
what happened to
homeboy.
Drill Baby Drill. I haven't
Yeah.
heard jack shit. You're right. I haven't heard jack shit
Had
about Drill
nothing
Baby
about
Drill.
it. Had
Nope.
nothing about it.
Okay, and he's on TV all the time talking about, oh, stock market went up. All the gas prices and groceries and everything's coming down. Well, what about the oil, asshole? What about the oil
And food.
that you promised? Well, the oil goes hand in
Hand
hand,
in
right,
hand
with
food. Yeah.
all of our goods. I mean,
Right.
so where the fuck is our oil, man? Where's our oil?
We have a whole bunch of it up there.
What a dick.
What they're doing to our country. They're not investing in our country. They're not investing in you. They're sucking the money out. They're taking it from your health care. They're taking it from your education. They're taking it from your food stamps. They're taking it from your road construction, your school. They're taking it from everything they shouldn't be, and they're putting it in the hands of a handful of millionaires and billionaires who actually run the country and run the whole entire Western world. People like Klaus Schwab, people like the guy, international banker who now is Carney, who's running the Canada. That's who Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. Those are the people who actually run things.
Those
Right,
are all
Mark
stand-up
Andreessen. Those are the people who run things.
Yeah, they're all stand-up guys. I think 75% of the people we just mentioned have come out and said that we need to lower the world population.
I mean, maybe we do. If they said it. What do we know?
All right, let's explore that one a little bit because you might be right. These aren't dumb people. They're billionaires, for cripe Pete.
Yeah.
They didn't get there by being dumb
But dumb,
and,
yeah.
and evil and nefarious. You get there because you get rewarded for being a good person.
Absolutely.
So if these good people who've made it to billionaire and trillionaires say, we got to go,
Then yeah, I mean,
I guess we gotta go.
you gotta go.
That's it, folks. We gotta go.
Say goodnight.
We gotta go. If they say so.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. What the fuck? What do we know?
We don't know nothing.
Right? What do we know?
I
You
mean,
at home, what do you know?
Yeah,
You don't
nothing.
know.
I'm sure Microsoft is just used in offices. It has nothing to do with supporting military guidance systems or not. I'm sure they don't do any of that.
No.
I'm sure
No.
Jeff Bezos just ships stuff that people buy while sitting on the couch watching TV. I'm sure he doesn't have anything to do with logistically moving artilleries and arms and stuff like that around the country or globally. I'm sure it's just
No.
nothing
He's
at all.
he's just perfected the transporting business.
Yeah, that's all. And
That's
logistics.
all that it is.
Yeah, he's a logistical master, but I mean,
What do we know?
what do we know? And if guys
Yeah.
like that say that, the population's got to come down a little bit, I mean,
I mean, you
Maybe
know what?
we should
Tomorrow
listen.
when we go grocery shopping, I'm going to go ahead and get some. I'm going to get a bag of bugs. I'm going
Yeah.
to eat the bugs because they
Yeah.
say we should eat bugs.
I mean, Bill Gates says they're delicious, even though he's never had them.
He's never tasted a bug in his life.
Nope.
High in fiber. High in fiber. We need fiber
And
in our
protein.
diet. Lots of protein in those exoskeletons.
Good for your bones.
Ugh. It's good for your digestive system.
Mm-hmm.
Those little microscopic hard crystals going through your digestive
go
system
through,
just
yeah.
flushes you right out.
Flushes you right out.
Be shitting your brains out.
Ah!
Oh God, crickets!
Things. Not
Don't forget,
what?
because they're building all those bunkers, all those people,
And they're building.
Peter
So
Thiel-
what Kurt's talking
Yeah.
about is they're building underground bunkers. They're spending trillions of dollars building underground bunkers. And what? Go ahead, say it.
No, well, all those billionaires, like all the tech people, have built on what's his name, the one from Facebook, the
Yeah,
robot boy.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, and they're it's not a secret why they saying out loud at their tech. You watch these tech speeches; they're insane.
Yeah.
But it's because when they're just going to run out the clock till AGI comes out. Artificial general intelligence, the thing is going to come out any minute now, because that's going to eliminate the white collar jobs. And the guy literally said at this convention, there's going to be a lot of civil unrest when that happens.
Yeah.
And that's why we have bunkers.
Whoa.
So they're running the debt up. As soon as AGI comes,
You know what, though? In the immortal words of one Alex Jones, you can have those bunkers, but they're going to be your fucking tombs.
Yeah.
Because we're going to find those fucking bunkers. And yeah, you might be able to survive some number of years down there, but we're going to fucking weld your shit shut. Fuck, we
Yeah.
might throw smoke bombs down there. We might firebomb your fucking, you're going to die in there. You can go to your bunkers, but you're going to fucking die in there. Unless you got military protecting your bunker and we can't get to your bunker. But then at that point, I would think that whoever the military would go, man, fuck this.
Yeah, I'm out. Every
I
man
gotta
for
stay up.
himself.
I got to stay topside here and fucking die. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But that's scary shit, though, what Kurt's saying, because they are building bunkers. We've known about bunkers for a long time.
Yeah, for a minute.
that they're
Yeah.
building.
Yep.
And so this is what they're anticipating, that we're going to be eating each other like dogs,
Oh boy.
and they're just going to be, living it up in their fucking bunkers while we're out killing each other.
It's gonna be tough though, because there's
For
not gonna be
crumbs.
any football to watch. It's gonna be
Yeah.
tough.
It's going to be double tough, kid. Double tough. Proper tough.
Proper tough.
comes out, all the laptop liberal dipshits out there, your jobs are gone. That's when, if you recall the Soviet Union, they united people that worked at all levels because they were mad. They've anticipated this. So you're going to be in the fire, and they're going to have bunkers until it clears up. And then they don't need you anymore when you're dead because they got AGI.
And so here's Elon Musk's final tweet that I got right before I came on air.
Go, Bill.
Kill Bill. He tweeted that out, which means kill the bill. This budget bill.
Oh, I thought it was Bill Gates. I was like, that's a little bit too much.
Ooh.
Right.
Woo. Woo. We could only be so lucky, Kurt.
I know, right?
We could only be so lucky. Kill Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Gates, that is.
So, and of course, the way people have reacted to this is sadly predictable. So this person, Shuait Travel or whoever this person is, why are you stirring posts like this? Which
Pots.
side? Why are you stirring pots like this? Which side are you on? Pick
Israeli?
one.
Is that an Israeli?
We are confused who to follow. That's not that. So you see that's this. Oh, it's all about team sports. Which side are you on? How about Elon Musk should be on the side of the American people, just like Thomas Massey is on the side of the
Everybody
American
should be.
people.
Well, yeah, but
You serve the public. You're supposed to be on our side.
that's not how they look at it anymore, you know?
Yeah.
It's a fucking shame because that is the whole we elect you in so that you represent what area of people you're representing.
Right.
No, it's almost like they get in and it's like, sweet, I'm free to do whatever the fuck I want.
I'm going to
now.
do what I want to do.
Whoa!
I will go to that party tonight.
I will get on that private jet to an island.
Uh-huh.
Damn it, I earned it. All those sweet, sweet votes I got. But yeah. Oof.
That's the side you're supposed to be on, not Democrat, not Republican, not which billionaires control the Democrats, not which billionaires control the Republicans. You're supposed to be on the side of the American people and trying to get a hold on our fiscal sovereignty, which we are losing. It's gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
So this isn't going to end. Meaning the money printing and the spending and the borrowing and the debt. And so what does that lead to? That leads to hyperinflation and high interest rates. So people who have money saved, it's worthless, and people won't be able to buy houses.
Nothing.
So that's what this is leading to. And it's
Yeah. We're not going to be able to buy shit. We're not going to be able to buy houses, cars, groceries.
Well, then,
food.
yeah, that's when they're going to swoop in with the 10-minute cities. Why don't you guys just come over here? There's food.
Yeah. With their
You don't need a
sanctuaries.
car.
Yep. Yeah, because that shit's happening.
Mhm.
Agenda 2030.
Yep.
We only got 5
It's right
years.
around the corner, man.
It's 5 years to you and me.
Yeah.
Woo.
it's coming faster than you think, I think. And that's why
Pick one.
people like when Steve Bannon came on the show, he was talking about we have to do this to save our civilization. We have to do this to save our country. And people are willing to take hurt. I
Yeah.
think people would take the hurt of cutting Medicaid or cutting food stamps. I think people would even be willing.
Well, that's probably what majority of MAGA was defending him on the
Right.
tariffs. Because everybody's like, the tariffs are going to hurt and this, that, and the third. And yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah.
But hey, you know
But
what?
in
We're
the
willing to suffer for a little bit
Right.
because in the end, right, it's going to be beneficial and it's just going to be the fucking land of milk and honey.
Right. We'll get
But-
product for a reasonable price or whatever, or in the end we'll start manufacturing here, which that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so I saw a clip of him earlier today saying that shit. All these jobs in manufacturing. How?
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest man, but you guys whipped up manufacturing plants that fast?
Well, that's the thing. He's like, "Oh, we got these manufacturing plants going up." It's like, where?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of these or seen them or anything. I mean,
Or drove past one or anything?
yeah. I see
Yeah.
Amazon warehouses going up.
Yeah, them motherfuckers are going up fast. But your manufacturing where? And like I said, too, that takes time to erect a building,
Yeah.
put all the
Machinery.
machinery
Yeah.
you need in there, and then hire the fucking people to work. And then now you're cranking shit up. That shit takes years, not 6 months,
Yeah.
unless they're hedging what they think it's going to be. But you can't do that then. And hedge those fucking numbers. You need
Nope.
like current numbers. Because if we're running current numbers, I'm probably pretty sure we got jack shit going on.
Not nothing.
Jack shit.
willing to cut other things if you were actually cutting the debt and deficit and it was going down instead of exploding, and if you were sharing the pain of that, if it wasn't just for people who relied on Medicaid and food stamps and Medicare and Social Security, if it wasn't just for those people who had to take the brunt of it, but it also got spread out to the billionaire class. Well, Trump's doing the exact opposite. He's making the tax cuts for those billionaires permanent. So the exact opposite of what everyone who voted for Trump thought they were voting for is happening.
Yeah.
And you get people like this, who this is what's wrong with the country. That whoever this person is, the Shua Travel.
Get back in your pen.
Yeah.
Pick a side. See, as soon as someone's doing that, that's some manipulator class.
Yeah.
That's immediately suspect. Because I just looked up this person's Twitter right now, and they're talking about how we're spending too much and the deficit and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that's like not a good actor, whoever the hell that is.
Right. So
Yeah.
pick a team.
Yeah, that's where we're at. We know this. We knew it, and as it pertains to the new administration, we're finding out week by week, day by day that the president doesn't control shit.
Doesn't really do anything. Everything is, it's on automatic now. Honestly, it's just such a well-oiled machine, and it works so well. I mean, people go out and work every day. They pay taxes, and then they take it and do whatever the hell they want to do with it, and how they want to do with it.
They're all just puppets for big corporate billionaires. That's it. And here's another example of a puppet.
We're covering the fallout from the Trump Elon Musk rift, with Elon Musk declaring, without providing evidence, that Trump is in the Epstein files, and that's why they have not been released. And
Trump seemed to be in a bit of a spat. Joe, you want to check the tweet that Elon just put out a little bit ago?
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I'm not participating in any of that conversation.
Yeah, no,
That's Cash
Have a
Patel.
That's Cash. I'm not fucking.
I'm not
saying
even-
jack shit.
Look, I already got threatened over Epstein. Okay. You think I'm going to open my yapper about that? No, sir.
I say good day to you, sir.
I say good day to you, sir. You know what you ought to do?
Day,
Call
D-
Dan Bongino. See if he's got any comment about that.
Hey, tweet him real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So much.
Dude, are you joking? I didn't know Joe didn't tell me Cash Patel was coming. I've been very hard on him on this program, and Bongino, because they're coaching. When they're lying visibly on TV, they get the same kind of coaching Hunter Biden got to not leak. It's called leakage. When people try to, politicians, they read their body language, and you see all those articles.
Really?
They get real aggressive while they lie. And they like, there's nothing and whatever. It still looks like a lie, but it's like you can tell they've been coached. And they have been. And why would they? What are they protecting?
well, let's
It's not what's who.
Yeah, it's who. But of course, the lying doesn't work because, again, with Cash Patel,
Yeah. That was horrible.
that's not somebody's body language who's being honest. He did a lot of this, or he's looking up this way, and
Yeah.
he's talking that way, and he killed himself, folks.
He killed himself, folks.
And when he was on Fox in the morning, we watched a little clip of last week,
Yeah.
where that look on his face, he's angry and he's all pissed off, and who the fuck's cocaine was that?
Uh-huh.
That's a big fucking deal to me. Well, it's not to the rest of us.
Yeah.
We can give two shits.
We still want to know what's happening with our food prices.
Yeah. So there's
When is that train coming in?
let's watch more of Cash Patel and Joe Rogan's reaction to Elon Musk's allegation. And I really stress it's an allegation because, again, I don't trust Elon Musk here as an impartial source.
Take his phone away.
They're going back and forth about different things, and
Yeah. Listen,
Well, he said he was disappointed in Elon.
they
Yeah.
told him to leave.
Jesus Christ, that's a crazy thing to say. How does he know?
Yeah.
Does he know that Donald Trump
Yeah.
is in the Epstein files? Or does he have access to the Epstein files?
I don't know how he would, but I'm just staying out of
Yeah,
Joe,
of course.
I fucking told you I'm not talking about this, man. So stop talking about it. Do I need to go? Do I need to go right now?
I was going to say he already had a hard enough time getting through that horse crap that he was peddling for coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, he killed himself."
Yep.
The Trump Elon thing, that's way outside
What
my
the
lane.
fuck are they doing?
Outside your
That
lane?
ain't it.
Yeah.
Outside your lane.
Kurt, man, he goes crazy.
Joe was right not to tell me he was having him on because I would have text bombed him with shit. I want to ask this.
Well, listen, see, Kurt, I know of Kash Patel because I've interviewed him, including on this show, on the Jimmy Dore show, about Russiagate, where he did incredible work. He exposed more than anybody else serious FBI abuses, and so I take what he says seriously.
Yeah,
because he was allowed to.
He wasn't fucking nobody.
Yeah,
who can't get in anybody in any
Right.
trouble.
He was like, "Hey, do you care if I do these reports on these guys?" Yeah, I don't care.
Don't give a shit. Knock
Yeah.
yourself out, kiddo. But now that he's in power, they're like, yeah.
Slow your roll, son.
Wood chipper, remember? Wood
Uh-huh.
chipper? Yeah. bzzz.
Seriously. And let's hear more. You're not going to like what Kash Patel says next when he's talking about Jeffrey Epstein. So just hold your
I
horses.
just want justice for Jeffrey. Was he murdered?
Let's hear more from Kash Patel on Jeffrey Epstein.
Again, we're going to give you everything we can, and people have to remember, we're not going to re-victimize women. We're not going to.
Oh, it's the women that they
Yeah.
got to protect.
We're gonna
Oh.
re-victimize women.
Okay, and that's something you people are going to need to understand. We're not going to re-victimize the women. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Put that shit back out there. It's not happening because then he wins. Not doing it. You want to hate me for it?
Who?
Epstein wins.
Because Jeffrey beyond the grave wins.
Yeah, beyond the
He
grave.
can't win. He's dead.
He's dead, according to you.
Possibly. Allegedly dead.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He
So
did see
wins.
the tape, though.
So he wins beyond the grave. That might be a fucking clue why he's still alive. Because then he wins. How could he win? He's fucking. I thought you said he was dead.
Right.
How does a dead person win, asshole? You just fucked up. You just fucked up, Cash.
Yep. Big time.
You just fucked up big time.
Fine. Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
No, we wouldn't.
No, I don't think so, Cash. Honestly speaking, I don't think we'd see it.
What a dipshit thing to say. Don't you think? No, we don't see anything ever.
Right.
Ever.
We saw you on TV last week lie to us.
Yeah.
So now we're supposed to, oh, you know what? He's right. If he did have a tape, he would totally.
Don't
would
you
totally
think
tell us.
I would show it to you? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I know you don't. I know you wouldn't.
Look at Kurt.
Yeah, look at Kurt.
Yeah. But that's the reaction. That's how fucking frustrating it is.
Yeah.
All that fucking shit you talked and all your fucking books you sold and all the shit you ran on to get in. Look at you. Unfucking believable.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
If
Cash.
you have access to it.
If I have it, period.
Right.
If I have it.
No, I don't think that. No, I think you will turn tail that's why you're in that institution. At the end of the day, he's a punk, an order. Eric Snowden's the only hero that ever worked at, or Bill Binney.
Edward Snowden,
You and Aaron, Max, Max, because didn't Max go to Israel as a Zionist and get so horrified that, and your dad said that when he got interviewed?
I mean, yeah, not quite, but anyway, yeah.
I believe you if you said that to me, Aaron. I would believe you because to go against, I dated an Israeli bro for 10 years, and to go against the narrative or the official narrative,
Yeah,
I already know what that's like, and you would do it. You guys take those slings and arrows, right?
Sure.
And you don't have more respectability than Alex Jones, even though you do real hard-nosed journalism, because
Okay.
that's how corrupt it is. This dude, like, he's an oath-taking loser, and at the end of the day, they're going to go, well, national security says we got to hide this. I've just seen this pattern over and over again at every level. Haven't you?
Well, listen,
Yeah.
I'll admit to be biased here. I really admired what Kash Patel did with Russiagate. He took a lot of hits for that. And
Okay,
Yeah,
so
again,
this
because he
guy-
was allowed to. It didn't matter.
right. So this guy here is he taking up for fucking Cash, huh?
Yeah, taking up for him a little bit.
Fucking A.
Yeah,
And Kurt's doing his thing, man.
it's going bananas. But I like what he said about the patterns. You can see the patterns. They're plain as day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty fucking obvious at this point. Again, knowing and seeing everything that Cash and Dan were doing the years up leading to Trump getting elected and then them getting in the FBI, to go from such strong convictions to it's over. It's over. We saw
It's
it.
over,
We saw
folks.
everything. That's
Yeah.
it. You don't need nothing to see here. Like, that's what it is. And nothing to see here, folks.
Yeah.
So that's about it. We need to see from that. We got it.
We got it.
We got the
point.
gist of it.
Hey, you might have to edit this out, but I'm running out of gas.
Oh, you don't have, we're live, so I can't edit it out. It's getting archived. No, I was gonna wrap up right now, but that's
okay.
yeah, we're wrapping up here.
All right.
So that's it for tonight. It was a good show. Talked about enough things. We definitely beat that. We don't have any participation in our own government. We beat that one really good.
Well, that'll be a steady drum beat in our podcast. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
But as you see from our logo there, we're gonna laugh about it.
We're gonna because
We're
what else
gonna-
are you gonna do?
What else are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do when you're on that train? Laugh.
Crack a couple jokes.
That's it.
Smoke them if you got them.
But anywho, thanks for anybody who showed up and participated and watched and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Have
Thank you.
have fun. Have a good weekend. Everybody, take care. Be safe. Be nice to one another.
Be nice, everybody.
All right. Peace.
All right. Did you cut it?
Yeah, but it ain't ended yet.